Hi students. So I'm here today to go over your homework. So what you will be working on this week that is due on April 5th. This will be the last homework for the Race Discrimination and Identity module. This is week 9. During week 10, you will have your assessments for the Race Discrimination and Identity module, but I will talk about that next week. So let's see what you're doing this week. Everything is going to be on Blackboard. We're continuing to have our class online. So the first thing you're going to do is work on Quizlet, which you are familiar with, to practice vocabulary collocations. You're going to complete the vocabulary exercise on part of speech. You're going to complete the discussion board post on Zora Neale Hurs's essay, the Journal for Race and Discrimination, the assignment on Write Your Letter to a Loved One, and then Prayers for the Stolen, reading pages 122 through 145 and being able to answer the comprehension questions. The link to the homework is right down here. And you can see that in here, this is when you click on this, it's going to take you into Quizlet. And you're going to work through the different exercises. You have flashcards, learn, write, spell, test, match, and gravity. Have some fun with this. We all need a little bit of fun in our lives right now. Then you have the parts of speech exercise. Before you do this, please open and print out or work on your computer the parts of speech chart. And so what you're going to do here is, for example, you can actually download this to your desktop, but then you have the word phenomenal, so then you have to think about what's the noun. Well, the noun for phenomenal is phenomenon. The adverb is phenomenally. If there's an XXX, then that means there is no verb form. So for the verb conclude, there's a noun form, conclusion. I don't want to give you too many answers. The adjective and the adverb. Assume there's only a noun, but there's no adjective or adverb. So complete this chart first before you take the quiz on the parts of speech. Next, you're going to do the discussion board on Zora Neale Hurston. This is kind of like an assessment type of a test because we haven't discussed the Nora reading in depth, or at least not as much as we did with the Coates and Maya and Matabene. So this is going to be asking you questions about the reading on Zora, like what are 2 sentences that you highlighted, write a paragraph about each quotation where you explain why the sentence impressed you and make connections to other academic readings such as Matabene, Coates, or Maya, or to your personal life. So this is asking you to dig deep into the Zora reading and think about it, making connections to yourself and the other readings. Then you're going to reply to your classmate. Remember that you don't want to say, I agree. You want to do sentence starters such as, I had a similar or different experience because, or the way you describe that makes me think of, and always be polite. Next, you're going to do the journal for race and discrimination. And the Race and Discrimination Journal is right here. And let's look over the instructions. So you will choose 2 quotes from the Coates readings, either 2 short sections or 1 or 2 sentences that really stand out to you that you find interesting. Copy the quotes below, be sure to put them in quotation marks, and explain what Coates means by this, and give your opinion on this quote. Then you have the assignment on Coates reading Letter to a Loved One, and this is a very personal assignment. No one will see this except for me. Remember that in Coates' writing, he's writing a powerful letter to his son where he bears his soul. He talks about the incident with the woman and the theater and how he felt. And so this was a letter that he wrote to his son. Now you are going to write a similar letter to someone that you love or someone who's important. And in this letter, you're going to think about a significant event in your life, why it was important, and how it impacted you, and an explanation about a problem and the relationship. Like I said, this is very personal, but it's a way for you to connect with the reading. I will be the only one who sees this. You will continue with prayers for the stolen. And then lastly, you have this reading, The Bluest Eyes. It's a fairly short reading. And as you read it, I want you to watch again the doll test video and see how the two readings connect. When we come back to class next week, I'm going to put you into groups and within Zoom, there'll be breakout sessions, and each breakout group will have to come up with 3 comprehension questions based on the reading The Bluest Eyes. So to be able to be a productive member and collaborative member of your group, you will need to have read this first and taken some notes on some possible questions. So that's your assignments for this week. I'm available if you need me, just let me know. I can meet with you via phone, by text, Remind, Zoom, messages on Blackboard, and we can find a convenient time if my office hours, 4:30 on Tuesday, do not work for you. Best regards to everyone and stay healthy and safe.